Hi, I'm here with a review of the Citizen Skyhawk AT watch. Citizen has several models of the Skyhawk AT which share the same functionality but have different case styles. This one is the Blue Angels model. Here's a previous Skyhawk model which I've owned for about 5 years, the Titanium Skyhawk. It's been really good to me. I've really liked this watch, but it does have a few shortcomings which Citizen has addressed in their newer model. So what do both watches have in common? Well, they're both multi-function chronographs. They both feature an analog display with a digital inset, and they both feature a slide rule bezel that's a flight computer. So what sets them apart? Well, the first noticeable difference is that the face of the new AT model is much larger and more readable. I find that it's easier to read not only because of the size, but there's less glare and better contrast of the dial elements. Also, the rotating bezel itself is much easier to read and it turns much smoother. But underneath that, there's many differences that set them apart. The first one is in the name. The AT stands for Atomic Timekeeping, which means it can receive a radio signal broadcast in the US, Japan, and Europe to automatically set the time to an official atomic clock standard. So as long as you're in an area covered by one of these signals, you'll never have to set it. Also, the new version has much better time zone coverage. It includes time zones whose offset contains a half-hour difference from GMT. For example, India time is 5.5 hours from GMT. The previous Skyhawk only recognized time zones that were whole numbers of hours, different from GMT. The new version contains the other time zones that have a half-hour difference. And the other difference that I think is really important, but may seem small, is the addition of a light. The previous version was very difficult to see in the dark, and although both watches have hands that glow, that fades out fairly quickly. And so the new version has a light that illuminates the digital display, which is really nice to have. So in my opinion, with these features, the new Skyhawk is a really great watch.